Hi, it's Paul Callaghan here from Kelsa Cooks, and I'm here today on the set with Mummy Pages to show mummypages.ie mums how to put a very simple two-tiered cake together. So we're going to go through the different stages from basically cutting your sponge, which is going to be the first step, and then we're going to build it up until you have a fully decorated cake. So first off, we have our sponge cake here, which was baked last night, and I've already just taken the top slightly off it because unfortunately, unlike most of the TV shows you see, all these sponges don't rise perfectly. So you're going to have a little bit higher on one side or maybe raised in the middle. So just with a sharp knife, carefully carve across a basic level. So next what we're going to do is get this, which is a cake leveler. So it's basically like a saw that we're going to cut across, but it's going to go across the table like so. So therefore you're going to have an even line across as opposed to you trying to get a knife and cut, which you will always get a diagonal line going on. So first off, we get our leveler and we just start into the cake, and we just spin the cake as it's in the middle and keep the saw in motion, and we come through to the other side. So we have two halves here, which is a nice level on it. So what I always do then is I do use top goes to the bottom, bottom goes to the top, purely for the fact that at the bottom of your tin you have a nice sharp edge already. So that makes, whenever you go to decorate your cake, you have a nice flat edge, something to work to, as opposed to trying to get a flat edge on this, which is up and down. So we're going to turn the top part upside down. We get some buttercream, and all these recipes are going to be on the site down below the link to this video, so you can follow it there. So we just get some buttercream that was made up. Now you can do this with a spatula or you can do it with a palette knife, whichever works easiest for you. And we're just going to put some buttercream in and spread it around. Now the thing about the cake decor really, I mean, you have a basic way of doing things, but there's no right or wrong way. Whatever you find works easiest for yourself, so if you find a spatula works better than a palette knife, then use that. Nobody's to tell you otherwise. So a basic filling, and then we're going to put our bottom half upside down on top, like so. And just make sure it's nice and even. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to coat this now with buttercream around, so it gives the fondant something to take to. Now you can mix crumb in with this here to make a crumb coating, but I just find just plain buttercream works just as well. So we'll just take our turntable, our Lazy Susan, and we'll put our cake up onto it. It just makes life a lot easier. You can turn it as you're working with it. So just a layer of the buttercream around. Now some people go with a heavy layer, some people go with a light layer. I just prefer to go somewhere in between. But you want to make sure that this little gap in here is completely coated too. So we just butter it on. We can tidy it up afterwards. And for my cakes anyway, I always make sure I use a buttercream or a ganache. I don't use fresh cream at all unless you have refrigerated it, being able to keep it refrigerated all the time, which isn't always possible because fondant then shouldn't be refrigerated because it actually sweats. So if you're ever making cakes that are going to be covered with fondant, I suggest a buttercream or a ganache finish would be best. Now we'll just do some around the top and we'll tidy it all off then. Now, just give it a scrape off around the side, just so it's nice and even, and just tidy the top. Now folks, that is how we cut our cake and buttercream it. So the next step is going to be covering our board, and we're going to use a texture mat for that.